Hello and welcome to the 30 to Lock show presented by RotoRadar Daily Fantasy Sports. My name is Joshua Reimer. I am joined by none other than Jared Block, who's over on my right. Jared, how you doing? How's your Wednesday going?
Wednesday's going. We just finished the early only slate and it was a banger. So I'm pumped to sit back. I only have exposure to two teams and one pitcher tonight, Josh. So I'm all in. I'm all in.
Yeah. Hey man, that's the way to do it in tournaments. I can get behind it. I'm at least behind three teams. So and barely behind that third team, but we're gonna make things work. I feel good about where I'm at for today's slate. I am excited to smash. By the way, shout out to Econic subbing with Prime. We greatly appreciate it. Subbing for 14 months too. So awesome. Really appreciate it. Literally says afternoon, fellas. How you doing? Yeah, it's a great MLB slate. It's an NBA slate for sure. I'm not going to call it a great NBA slate, but
Yes.
it's an NBA slate. There's plenty to talk about. Jared, let's kick it off how we always kick it off. First, I'll say if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. We'll be more than happy to answer those questions. But Jared, who is the one guy that you couldn't get in your lineup that you wish you could?
One guy that as a pitcher that I wish I could get was Lucas Giolito. Just didn't have the funds to get there with the teams that I played on FanDuel. I think I was able to get to him on DK. Batters wise, I really wanted to get Elias Diaz in there, but didn't have enough utility spaces. So he's going to be the odd man out.
Yeah, I think if there's one guy that I wanted to get in there, it'd probably be. I'll make it a whole team. I wish I could have got some Yankee exposure. Just not going to be able to. Made sure to cover myself with a GPP lineup just to have some exposure there, but don't have much. So we'll have to see how that goes. But wish I had some more Yankees in my life, but just not able to do it today specifically. Yeah, should be interesting. I don't know. I like where I'm at pitcher. I like where the stacks are. I think I'm in a really good spot and had a kick-ass early only slate. So excited to keep
Yep.
riding that momentum.
Yep. Early on, say it was great. I think I ended up like 178 FanDuel points or something like that. So
Not
good
bad.
night, a good afternoon, and yeah, we're ready to take names again for the afternoon. You're right though. The NBA slate is just a slate. It's really
It is.
not.
Yeah.
There's not much to say about it. Like this is easily. I hope I'm wrong, but this is easily this day is kind of a snoozer compared to the Bucks and Warriors series.
Yeah, dude. Well, I kind of feel a little bit hurt that you call it the Warriors series, but whatever. I agree with you though. Like those games are so much fun. Those games are so exciting, and these two games are just such a snooze fest at the end of the day. It's really disappointing, honestly.
I'm sure there are people that will disagree with
Oh yeah.
us. It's just a lot. I'm not even going to say a lot of defense. It's just I don't think that there's much of a series between Miami and Philly as long as Joel Embiid's out, and Luka's going to do everything in his power. And he had like what a 45 point almost triple double, and they still lost. So
Yep.
I don't know. Phoenix is just the better team at the end of the day.
I think so too. And you say like, as long as Embiid is out, I don't think Philly has much of a chance with Embiid. Even like, I still think this could be a gentleman's sweep, or worst case scenario, be a 6 game win for the Heat at the end of the day. Like, I don't know. I don't have any confidence in this Philly team right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is James Harden's reputation is very hurt if he is not able to do much of anything in this game. At least, and in seasons past and in series past, he's actually, the numbers are there, right? But he's just known as a guy that's not going to get you to the finals. um, but this season, I don't know. I think he doesn't want to be out there. And if you watch the Sixers last series, Joel Embiid didn't want to be there at
Yeah,
all. Like
yeah.
he just looked uninterested, and I know that's not the way he actually felt, but like, yeah, the Sixers are just it just is whatever compared to yesterday. That's really all it is.
It really is, especially with that. I mean, that Warriors game, it's probably going to go 7. I think the Celtics games are probably going to go 7. Like, I just don't have much confidence in these 2 series that we have today. So, I don't know. I am going to still watch it most likely. Might only watch, like, the 4th quarter of both games, but we'll see. I'm much more interested in baseball today, I'll say that.
Yes, absolutely. I will have that Coors game on all night, and I'm again. We're kind of focused around 3, 4 teams. Myself, I'm kind of more in the 2, 3 range, but I know that people in the industry might look at things differently. They might say more things about Yankees. They might say more things about the Red Sox. They might say more things about Washington. So I was able to feel very comfortable fading all those teams, and we'll see what happens with that. I mean, I guess let's start here. I think that Washington does garner some ownership tonight.
I think they do. I think it's only Soto ownership at the end of the day. I don't think there's much outside of that. Maybe some Cesar Hernandez ownership, but it's not going to be a lot, so I wouldn't stress about it too much. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I can't necessarily get behind it with Gomber. Um, I think that you are really going to see that Washington team struggle when it comes to the ground ball rate, when it comes to having a lefty in the top 5 of your lineup, like the top 4 of your lineup. They decided to start Yadiel Hernandez, and I cannot think of much. It's such a big mistake there. So I don't know. I'm happy to fade that spot. I think somewhere that could come in with a lot more ownership than we're giving it credit for. I think that Boston game could come in with some major ownership on the Red Sox side.
I think so too. That's kind of been the same thing I've been thinking majority of the afternoon. I've seen a lot of people that would want to go there, and I understand potentially why, but I just don't believe in it compared to the other teams on today's slate.
That I agree with. I definitely don't believe it either, or believe in it that much either. I think
Well,
there's a few
are they
plays that
just
you can go
looking?
there.
Are they just looking because they're just looking at Detmers and saying, "Oh, it's you know, our guys against a righty" kind of
Yeah,
approach?
exactly. I think everyone just loves Boston too. Like Boston is very
Austin's, yeah,
everyone loves stacking Boston, man.
historically, historically they definitely are a favorite team to play. So
Yeah. They certainly are. I think people will get a good share of them and feel good about it, but I'm not there. I can't get behind it. I like some pieces, like I said. I think the JD Martinez's of the world could end up paying off, but I don't think much else does. And I think a lot of people could go elsewhere. Like I know you and I talked about Willie Adames being our guy or my guy at shortstop, but I think that Xander could potentially be the industry's guy at shortstop, and I just can't get behind it, man.
I can't get behind it either.
You know.
Let them do it. Go ahead.
Exactly. Let him do it indeed. Conic says, besides who you like in the articles for home runs, who else goes yard? Do you have any hot takes here, Jaron?
Well, my hot take's in my article, but I'll say it anyway. Victor Caratini.
No, spicy. I like it. I hope he does. I'd love
Yeah.
that. Um, my hot take will be I think Willie Adames goes yard. I don't know if that's necessarily a hot take, but I think Willie has a good shot at it tonight. Or
I think it could
maybe I
be.
get
I
my
don't think
Luis
many people play
Arias.
him.
No, I don't think so either. Maybe I get my Luis Arias blessing again and get his one home run that he'll hit all season while he's in my lineup.
Hey man, save that for Mother's Day.
Yeah, we do need that for Mother's Day. We need to hold off. It's coming up soon, right? It's this weekend,
Sunday.
next weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, this
Sunday.
weekend. Yeah, should be a good time. I have to provide for that slate. I'm literally not allowed, or yeah, not allowed not to. I've got to provide for it just because of all the good vibes we've had on Mother's Day. Um, Let's see. Yeah, I think he goes yard twice. Yeah, I like that take for Willie. I think there's definitely some high upside with Willie Adames tonight.
This is the time the Brewers don't actually fuck us.
I hope so, man. If they if they don't get it done against Vlad, then I'm writing off the Brewers for the rest of the year. They're all done. No
Until
more
they face
Brewers
more
love.
Reds pitching tomorrow.
Yeah, until they go to Great American Small Park and they face off against the Reds there, and then I have to load up again.
I don't know if I included it in my article, but I think Randall Grichuk goes and leaves the yard too.
I like that. You're naming a lot of guys that are in the lineup today, Jared. I'm a fan. I am a fan.
Giants and Dodgers game looks messy. Yeah, it's nasty. Thankfully, Corn's on board for that one, and he can handle it.
Thankfully, we don't have to mess with it because it is indeed messy. I think messy is the perfect word.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
the fun of being a main slate stuff is that you can just write things off. So
oh, hell yeah. Struce or Vincent for FanDuel single game? Give me Vincent.
Vincent too. He didn't ultimately play that well the other day, but I do think this is a spot that he should improve.
Yes. Um, Can you talk about picking between Bundy and Hendricks? Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it just comes down to Hendricks doesn't have much of a chance to win, and Bundy does. And Bundy's the more reliable pitcher, at least so far this year. You know, you're talking about a guy that has an xFIP almost in the fives, and you're in Hendricks, and you're talking about a guy who has the xFIP in the low threes in Bundy. So Bundy's been the more reliable pitcher. I think he's the safer guy for cash games at the end of the day. Hendricks certainly does still have that upside in my eyes, but just got to go with the better play at the end of the day. And I feel like for cash games, it's definitely Bundy. All
I
right,
have a
I'm gonna
feeling
go.
that somebody's definitely going to roster some 10K pitchers or like high nines on DraftKings today. That's gonna happen.
They fucking go Peralta and Giolito. Like, could you imagine?
I was messing around with those kinds of builds in tournaments, and it's way more tournament viable because you have to dumpster dive with like Daza or Miranda
Miranda,
or
baby.
yeah. I mean, you have to double dumpster dive. So
Oh my
that's how you do
goodness.
it.
I did not know who your starting pitcher was until right now when I went to go look at it. What a spicy take. I love to see it.
It's very spicy. There aren't very many options today.
There are not. That is for sure.
Again, like I think this is the one of the only times that I prioritized how I was going to approach my hitters, and I didn't back down from go. I had to go 4-4, so I was gonna go 4-4 no matter what, and I had to figure out a way to do it. And that's the only
Yeah.
way to do it.
Yeah, I was trying to go 4-4. I couldn't though. I was trying to go in my GPP lineup. I tried to go 4-4 with Yankees and Brewers with Peralta, and obviously that does not work because you need that third team. So ended up having a one off that I don't know if a lot of people go to today.
Oladipo or DeAndre Jordan. Oladipo. I don't
Oladipo
think.
by
Oh, by
go
the
ahead.
way, like yeah, Charles Barkley slammed DeAndre Jordan the other day,
Oof.
saying that he should be next to the coaches in the same sweats that they're in.
Oh no, that's just not nice.
Yeah, he's going to probably start. I'm sure we have that. I'm looking at starting lineups here momentarily, but uh, he'll start, but he won't do much.
Yeah, I don't know if what's his face stays out of foul trouble. If Reed stays out of foul trouble, maybe he gets some more minutes. He got in foul trouble really quickly though, so who knows?
I would expect nothing less for Paul Reed.
Yeah, that is true. It's definitely a Paul Reed style right there. Maxi or Tobias single game. Give me Maxi.
I'll go Tobias. That's fine.
I like them
Maxi's
both.
definitely the yeah. In single game, I actually think that fading Harden is kind of what you need to do in those.
Look, faded Harden is a necessity everywhere.
If he shocks us, then I will be not the only one surprised.
He shocks us, then he shocks us, man. If he shocks us, then I am perfectly fine with that. But Reader Vincent single game. Appreciate y'all so much, Vincent.
Yeah. Do you think the Sixers have any shot of winning one?
I think when Embiid comes back and when Embiid does come back, I think they have a chance at winning one. but it'll be back in Philly. It'll be game 4, and then they go back to Miami and get swept or gentlemen swept.
There's a real shot that if this eye thing doesn't do well, they just get swept.
Yeah, I agree with that. Fade Harden or fade Jimmy? I would definitely rather fade Harden.
Oh yeah, yeah. It kind of is funny how like Miami's been the 1 seed for the last 3 months of the season, and no one's talking about them right now.
Hmm.
No one.
No one. Do we get any ownership right away? Oh, I'll get my Arias ownership right away. Jared, I'm gonna send you the lineup that I made for tournaments, just so I did have some Yankees exposure. This
Hmm.
lineup's fucking sexy, man. This is top notch. Till he shows us the old Houston Harden, I can't trust him at all. It's also just the defense, right? Like this obviously the defense that you're getting from Miami is top notch, and they're just so good against these pick and roll guards, and that's what Harden is. Maxi Depot or Tobias Struss? I'd go Maxi Depot. McCutcheon, Stanton, or Connor, Joe, and Carantini for tournaments? I'd go Connor, Joe, and Carantini.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh man, it's been a long day with early only and early recordings, and it's been a really long day. You must be excited though. One more day for you, and then you're out of town. A little vacation time.
Yes, sir. Curious to find out what the schedule looks like tomorrow, because I know it's another
That's
sort of early day.
yeah, that's funny. I was just going to look at it. Um, it'll be two small slates, but we'll most likely have a 3 game main slate or a 3 game early only slate, and then either a 7 game main slate or a 5 game main slate.
Yeah, we don't even have NBA tomorrow. Enjoy it while it
I
lasts tonight.
know. Thank goodness, no NBA tomorrow. I am so done with NBA right now. And as soon as NBA leaves, I'll be like, I really miss it. And where is it? And I want to play NBA
Well,
again.
it's because it's gonna be a prime time for trades and free agency.
Yeah. Bam or Butler MVP spot? I say Bam. I think Bam's really showing up this series. I think because they're so weak on the interior, Bam's the guy for Miami, in my eyes. My goodness, we have 3 loaded games tomorrow morning. You have Coors, you have Brewers and Reds, and you have Shohei Otani in an Angels and Red Sox game.
Oh boy. Okay.
That'll be
How about
fun.
it? Larnick or Daza on DraftKings?
Larnick. I like Larnick. I'd rather have a top of the line pitcher than a bottom of the line guy.
I think it's fairly close, unless we
I
get
agree.
unless we get like Larnick right out the gate. But we'll see. Really hasn't shown up much this year. He hasn't really been given the opportunity to show up either. So
Hmm. All right, we have hit a lock, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. I am curious. Ariza's ownership, I'm sure, is going to be little to none, but 14% owned for Luis Arias. Now to go click around to see if I can find any other ownership, which I'm not seeing off rip. Yeah, nothing really. Oh, Miranda? Miranda, 25% owned. Can always count on Jose Miranda being owned. As long as they keep him down at this min price, he's always going to have some ownership somewhere.
Yep, people will roster him.
All right, Jared. Any final thoughts, man, before we get out of here? I'm pretty done for the day. Everything's posted for me MLB wise and all that stuff, so I'm ready to kick it and head out and enjoy the night. Enjoy a night of good baseball.
I just have to finish up NBA and we're good to go there. But yeah, I'm only gonna be watching like 2 or 3 games total tonight. It's gonna be fun.
Nice. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to root on your Brewers and hopefully have them not fail us tonight. But we'll see how it goes. All right, Jared. Let's get out of here. As always, my name is Joshua Reimer. Good night and good skill.